Warning. Boss incoming. I repeat. Warning. Boss incoming. I repeat. Warning.
What is up, everybody? Har N here, bringing you guys Kingdom Rush episode 2. So in the last episode we left off on this level, level 4, the Twin Rivers. I actually started playing this level, but I lost a few too many lives than I would have liked, so I decided to stop there and we will continue there today. So I'm going to check my upgrades again to see if there's anything else I want, and I believe that this is a pretty solid lineup. But actually, you know what? I'm going to try to use some bomb towers this time. So I'm going to upgrade it to there. And I'm also going to upgrade my archers again because I like using archer towers. And I'm just going to upgrade my mage tower. So this is going to be my upgrade lineup for this level, at least level 4. I won't be upgrading the reinforcements this time, just to see how it goes. And let us begin. So we have unlocked level 3 towers now, and the advantage of that is, well, we have level 3 towers. So last episode I think I placed all my towers up here. I'm gonna try something new this time. I'm gonna move my hero all the way down here to the start, and I'm just going to be placing towers more up front here, because I realized that a lot of the enemies, they can pile up around here, and you can just use one bomb tower to do a lot of damage to these enemies. Now if you want to do that, you probably need a barracks tower around the bomb tower. So I will be getting a barracks tower there, and I will just get another barracks tower here just in case, and I'm gonna get some archer towers because I like using archer towers, and let's just get a mage tower, and that should be a good start for us. So let's just start the level, and I will place some reinforcements right here, and we will see how this goes. So remember earlier I said that we had unlocked tier 3 towers? Well, we're about to get our first tier 3 tower ever, and it's going to be the artillery tier 3. So this artillery tier 3 is actually really useful, and that's because, well, it does a lot of mass damage, and the mass damage is actually pretty good. It does about roughly 50 damage each shot, and most of these enemies are about about just 100 health, so it should be able to kill most enemies in just 2 shots. So this tier 3 artillery is actually pretty good. And if you did not notice, there's this new enemy over here. It is the bandit, and some of them are actually going really far. And you know, I'm just gonna arena fire them. So I arena fire one of them. There's another bandit here. It's getting actually really far. So I'm just gonna get my hero up there to deal with that. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. But oh, there are actually a lot of stuff getting really far. This could be an issue. So we have a lot of wolves coming here, and the thing about wolves is that since they're really fast, they can actually sneak by really easily. And one bandit got through there. I wasn't really going for no life lost. All I'm really going for in this series is 3 stars. So as long as I lose 2 lives or less, then I should be fine. Now anyway, a lot of the enemies are actually getting pretty far, so I'm not going to send them around early this time. And I'm sorry I didn't finish explaining earlier, but basically the bandit, it's one of the enemies that deals a lot of damage in this game. So the bandit deals, I don't know exactly how much damage, but it does it does a lot more damage than most other enemies. So you do have to watch out for the bandits. Now they have relatively weak health, so as long as you kill them quickly, they shouldn't be too much of a problem, but still you should watch out because they're decently fast and they do deal a lot of damage to your soldiers. And here we go, we have a new enemy here, and this new enemy is the Brigand. So this Brigand, the best way that I can explain it, it's basically a stronger orc. It has pretty low armor, it says medium armor here. The health is a little bit stronger than an orc, But other than that, it's basically the exact same. It's average speed, doesn't do that much damage. It's not, yeah, and overall it's basically an orc with stronger armor and more health. I think it does a little bit more damage too, but it's not even that much damage, so you shouldn't have to worry about having your soldiers damaged by the brigands. If you're worried about damage, then you should worry about bandits, because those guys deal a lot of damage. And as you can see, we are on the final wave of this level. I lost 2 lives. I thought I lost 1 life. Whatever. 2 lives is still 3 stars. So I lost 2 lives. Not a big deal. I still got 3 stars. So I should be fine unless I somehow lose 1 life in this last round. And if you look at my hero, he's at level 9 right now. The max level a hero can get for a level is level 10. And he might reach that. I don't know. But basically, the more active your hero is, the more damage it does, and the stronger level it gets. So if you want your hero to be stronger, make him deal more damage. There we go, I got a hero to level 10. And most of the time on the earlier levels, it's actually a little bit harder for your hero to reach level 10 because the levels are a lot shorter, so your hero has less chances to reach level 10. But once you get to the later levels of the game, your hero should be level 10 almost every single time. So we just have to kill 1 shaman, and that should be at the end of this level. And we have successfully defended Twin Rivers Veteran Mode. So for out of levels 4, 5, and 6, I would say that Twin Rivers is actually the hardest one. Because for some reason, the last time that I played this game, level 5 and 6, they were actually really easy. I'm going to be honest. Especially level 6, because when we get to level 6, I will show you a strategy where, I mean, you don't even have to try. Level 6, there's a strategy that makes the level just so easy. But before we get there, I'm going to see if we unlocked any heroes. No, we have not. But at stage 6, it appears that we unlocked this hero, Alaria. I will probably be using her at level 6 because I think even though I think this hero is probably a little bit better, this hero is more fun to play with. So I'm probably going to be using this hero at level 6. But we're not at level 6 yet, we're only at level 5. So let's just upgrade some towers right now. So for level 5, the bomb tower won't be very useful. So I'm just going to get a lot of these, and marksman attacks have a chance of dealing double damage. Yeah, that definitely seems interesting. So I'm gonna max out my archers. I know that's weird, but level 5 archers are actually pretty good, so you should probably use those. And the rest I'm gonna spend on that. And you know what, let's just get a mage. No, I'm gonna get barracks, because barracks can be pretty useful in this level 5. So let's start level 5. Silver Oak Forest. So Silver Oak Forest, the first thing you'll notice, whoa, you already have an archer built right away for you. And that is why I upgraded the archer tower all the way up for this level, because in this level they even give you an archer tower right away. So that's basically telling you, use archer towers on this level. Now you'll also notice something, it's the Sylvan Elves. So if you pay $100, you can repair the building, and if you pay another $100, you can get this Sylvan Elf to help fight for you. Now the Sylvan Elves are actually pretty good, but for $100, I don't recommend getting them too early in the game. Once you're towards like wave 14 in this level, then you'll probably have a lot of money, then it's fine to get these. But before that, just don't rely on them, because once they die, your $100 is gone. They don't respawn. So they don't respawn. So if they die, you have to pay another $100 to get another one. So don't get them too early. So brigands and bandits are coming out right now. So I'm going to need a few mage towers. I'll get one there, and I think 1 mage tower should be fine. I'm just going to get a barracks tower back here to prevent any enemies from sneaking through, especially the wolves. And I'm just going to get mostly archer towers the rest of the way. I think 1 mage tower should do just fine, but I'm going to upgrade the mage tower because it's the only thing that deals pretty good damage against the brigand, so I'm going to have to upgrade that soon anyway, so might as well do it now. So once again, make sure that your hero is actively fighting, because the more damage that it deals, the more levels it goes up, and the more levels it goes up, the stronger it gets. So basically, have your hero attack more and it'll get stronger. So the bandits, these archer towers should deal with the bandits just fine. As for the brigands, I don't know yet. But look, suddenly we have a new enemy, giant spiders coming out of the right side. So these giant spiders are actually a pretty unique enemy compared to a lot of the other enemies. They have high magic resistance. So this is the second enemy that we've seen with high magic resistance. The first one was the shaman. So that's why I didn't want to get any mage towers on this side, because I knew that spiders were coming out and they're resistant to magic. Now they have low health, so they should be pretty easy to defeat. They're pretty fast though, so that could be hard. Now anyway, the thing about these is that they have no armor, and because they have no armor, archer towers do really well against them, and that's why I have made basically my entire defense just archer towers, and the next wave is also just giant spiders. So this shouldn't be that hard. So actually, I'm having a little bit of trouble in the back here. Yeah, I'm gonna use a rain of fire. So I used a rain of fire at the very back. Come on, I think I just failed right there. Yep, I lost 1 life. My reinforcements. Well, yeah, I lost 1 life. So I failed there. I know, but look, suddenly new tower unlocked. So this new tower thing, this actually is a little bit confusing, but it's actually new upgrade unlocked. Rangers. So this is the first tier 4 tower that we have unlocked in this game. And what this tier 4 tower does for the archer, this actually is probably the most basic tier 4 upgrade out of all the upgrades there are. So what it does is basically it just makes it shoot faster. I believe that this tower is the fastest shooting tower in the game. So this should deal with the bandits and the spiders just fine. I'm not sure about the brigands yet, because they do have armor, but for all the other towers, they will help defend just fine. Now with the tier 4 towers, there's this extra thing called ability. Well, I'm pretty sure it's called ability. It might be called something else. I don't know. Oh my goodness. No. Don't do that to me. Don't just sneak right on through. Okay, you know, I'm gonna restart this. I lost 3 lives. I should not have done that. Wow. I think I completely underestimated this level, because the first time that I played it, I defended it just fine, but for some reason now I'm losing tons of lives. So I'm just gonna restart this and speed it up until I get to roughly about the same point where I was last time. Okay, so this is right about where we were before I left off. I still lost 1 life this time, but losing 1 life is still 3 stars, so I'll just accept that. Anyway, we have some wolves coming in, and this is why I got the barracks towers in the back, because the wolves can sneak right through your defense if you don't have anything to block them. And I want to show you something right here. Remember how earlier I said there's these ability thingies? Well, for this tier 4 tower, there's poison arrows, which basically whenever they attack a tower, they add poison, which slowly deals damage over time. And the other one, Wrath of the Forest, and I'm gonna get that right now actually, because Wrath of the Forest, about every, I would say, 20 seconds, it creates vines around all these enemies, like that. See, it created vines, and those vines stall the enemies for some time, and that's actually very useful. So I'm gonna upgrade the Wrath of the Forest again. So yeah, these abilities, they have upgrades involved to them. I'm just gonna rain of fire this to be safe, because there's a lot of wolves there and I got scared. So yeah, you can upgrade the abilities. So basically there's abilities and they get stronger. So it's similar to BTD5, where the tier 4 tower, the tier 4 upgrade is usually an ability. But the difference is that in Kingdom Rush, you can upgrade the abilities, which is pretty helpful. Now, I'm sorry I didn't say this earlier, it came out a few rounds ago, but there was a new enemy, Warg. The best I can explain this is, it's basically a stronger wolf. It's roughly the same speed, they're a little stronger, and they have some magic resistance. So that's why I didn't get that many mage towers. I stuck with mostly archer towers, but yeah, they have some magic resistance. So for this level, don't get too many mage towers. Now I have a lot of money, so I should probably spend it. And there's a new enemy. It is the Matriarch. Actually, in all the other Kingdom Rush versions, they call it the Spider Matriarch, but this one they just call it Matriarch. I don't know why. But anyway, it's basically a stronger spider, but this spider is not only a stronger spider. Every few seconds, it lays an egg. It should lay an egg soon. Yeah, see, it lays an egg, and out of the egg hatches about 3 tiny spiderlings. So these are smaller than the regular giant spiders, but these spiderlings can actually be very sneaky, because just like the wolves, they can easily sneak through your defense, because your towers are focused on the other enemies, not the tiny little spiderlings. So more wolves and wargs come out here, and the strategy for the wolves is to just kill them as fast as you can, like a lot of the towers, because if you don't kill them fast, then they will completely run through your defense, because they're really fast enemies. So just be careful about that. Now there's actually there's not that many enemies, so I won't rain of fire there, but I was about to. So for the most part, I think we're doing completely fine now. The hardest part of this level was the earlier rounds, because we didn't have that much money, and there were a lot of brigands coming on. So that was the only hard part. But now we're already on round 14, well, wave 14, and I'm doing just fine with my defense. So I might get another Ranger's hideout if I have the money, but I might not. I don't know. I might get the money in time, or I might not. It's only about $100 more, so I should be able to afford it. And by the way, if you didn't know this, I mean, I thought it was pretty obvious, but if you don't know this, you earn money from sending rounds early and by killing enemies. That's how you earn money. You can also sell towers like in balloons by pressing the sell button, but the thing about that is I'm pretty sure it only gives you about 60 or 70% of your money back, so it's not really worth it, because in balloons, in most of the balloons games, it's 80%, except for Balloon City Battle Flash, where it's 70%. But yeah, it's not worth it to sell towers in Kingdom Rush. So unless you're really desperate, don't sell towers. Now I actually have a lot of money left, so I'm gonna show you guys the Sylvan Elves, because you probably have wanted to see that the whole time you were watching. So basically, the Sylvan Elves are these guys. They shoot. They're pretty strong actually, and they shoot arrows. So their hand-to-hand combat is actually really strong. Plus they shoot arrows, and that's pretty strong too. Now on this final wave, we have a new enemy, the Brigand. Basically, I mean not the Brigand, the Marauder. It's basically a stronger Brigand. It's slower than the Brigand, but it has stronger armor and stronger health, and it does more damage, obviously. So I'm just gonna get this 3rd tier mage tower to help defend against the Brigands and the Marauders. I don't know why I kept saying Brigands there. And I'm just gonna rain of fire all those enemies piled on top of each other right there. Hopefully that'll help, and I'm gonna move the Sylvan Elf closer to this Marauder so it can just help attack him. Now if you notice, even though a lot of these enemies have armor, as long as you have a lot of archer towers, you should do just fine. You don't always need mage towers. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to let this my hero take care of the Marauder. Now if you notice, 2 of my Sylvan Elves died and they don't respawn. So that's why I don't recommend getting the Sylvan Elves earlier in the game, because you will lose $100 here, $100 there, because these Sylvan Elves, even though they do a lot of damage, they have low health. So they lose lives really quickly. I mean, they die really quickly, so you'll lose a lot of money if you do that earlier on. So I just don't recommend it. Anyway, we have a new hero unlocked, and this hero is Alaria Swiftwind. So before we've been using Sir Gerald Lightseeker, now we're using Alaria Swiftwind. So I will use this hero because I like this hero. I don't think it's better than the first one, but I like using her more because she's more fun. She's more fun. Anyway, so level 6, there's a strategy to this level, and it's actually a really simple strategy. I don't know why they made level 6 so easy, because I'm pretty sure level 6 was supposed to be a pretty hard level, but it's actually really easy. And the strategy to this level, spam mage towers. That's all you have to do. So I'm gonna get all the upgrades for the mage tower, and yeah, all the upgrades for the reinforcements. So I'm not even gonna use archer tower, so I don't need that upgrade. So yeah, literally just spam mage towers. That's all you have to do. It's actually really easy. Let me show you. So because we have 2 new towers, the 4th tier mage tower, and this is the one that we're going to be using a lot, because this tower is actually, it does a lot of damage to higher health enemies, and in this level there are a lot of high health enemies. Now there's also this barracks holy order thingy, but don't use it in this level because number 1, there's going to be flying enemies, and barracks can't damage flying enemies, only archers and mage towers can. So I will be using the mage towers. Also, there's going to be enemies that shoot arrows against you. And if you have a lot of barracks, those enemies are gonna kill your barracks right away. So I don't even recommend even trying for it. And besides, you get these soldiers for free in this level, so you don't even need those barracks. Now anyway, I'm just going to move my hero. Hang on, this side is bandits, this side is bandits. They're both bandits, who cares? Let's just move it to one side. And like I said, just put mage towers everywhere. I mean seriously, that's all you do. Anyway, I'm gonna put my hero on one side and reinforcements on the other side. And this hero shoots arrows at your enemies. I'm gonna move her out of the way of the bandits because I don't want her like actually combating the enemies, because first of all, her hand-to-hand combat and damage is really low, but also she has pretty low health, and these bandits do quite a bit of damage, so I don't recommend using her as an actual staller. She's basically an extra archer tower. She shoots arrows, and that's all you need. Now for these guys, I'm pretty sure there's an achievement for if you get through the entire level without any of them dying, but I don't think it's a huge deal trying to get that achievement. And suddenly we have the Dark Knight, and this enemy is another reason why I'm using only mage towers in this level, because this Dark Knight has heavy armor. This is the first enemy that we face that has extremely heavy armor. We face the Brigand, which has medium armor, the Orc that has low armor, but this enemy has heavy armor. So you really need mage towers if you want to defeat this guy. Now my hero is level 3 right now, and she's doing her job by just shooting this Dark Knight like a boss. Now anyway, I don't think that there are too many magic resistance towers, not towers, I don't know why I keep saying towers, but enemies in this level. Maybe there will be a shaman here and there, but overall there won't be any magic resistant enemies. I don't think even spiders come out in this level, so mage towers are just fine for this level. Now these guys, when they die, I forgot if I said this, but if they die, then they won't respawn. So make sure that you try to keep the enemies out of their way, because if they die, they don't respawn. And these guys are really helpful. They do quite a bit of damage, and they have pretty high health, so they're basically useful free towers right there. Now if you saw there, my hero actually spawned this wildcat, and this wildcat is basically an extra soldier that attacks the enemies. So while my hero is shooting arrows right there, I have a wildcat just combating the enemies. So I'm gonna upgrade my mage towers, and see here, this is not a regular incoming wave. It has wings, and you will see what those wings mean after I rain of fire the shamans, because I hate shamans. Anyway, there are wings, and the wings mean that there is a flying enemy. So we are about to face our first flying enemy, the gargoyle. So the gargoyle is flying, it has average speed, but overall with all these mage towers that can all attack flying enemies, they should be no problem. They don't do any damage to your soldiers because, well, they don't fly on the ground, and overall they should be really easy to defeat as long as I don't mess this up right here. Oh my goodness, come on, don't do this to me. Don't go through. Come on, Alaria, shoot an arrow. Something, yes. Wow, I almost failed miserably right there. But yeah, overall, just the gargoyle should be really easy to defend as long as you have mage towers or archer towers. Because bomb towers, I mean artillery, if you want to call them that, artillery, they don't damage. Well, actually, they do damage the flying enemies a little bit, but they actually can't aim at the flying enemies. They aim at the ground, and if a flying enemy just happens to be near there, then they'll be damaged a little bit. But overall, the mage towers are the way to go here. Now, I'm about to... Actually, no, I won't get this upgrade yet. I'm just going to spread out my upgrades across left and right. Now, we have a new enemy, and this is a really annoying enemy, the Shadow Archer. I mean, I don't even know if I can explain how annoying it is, because this enemy, it shoots arrows at your soldiers, and that that is just really annoying, if I have to say so myself. So you know what, they're so annoying, I'm just gonna rain fire them. I mean, I don't even want to deal with them because they're that annoying. See, they're just stopping and shooting arrows at my soldiers. And I think this guy might die soon, but he has medium armor, so it shouldn't be a huge deal. But still, it's really annoying when you have enemies trying to kill your soldiers by shooting arrows at it. Actually, I think, oh, one of them died. So I have, oh, they're both gonna die. So both of my soldiers right there just died. Really unfortunate, but that's how they did it. And we just have some gargoyles coming up in the next wave, so it shouldn't be too hard. I just need to get this going and that going because somehow all these enemies got really far. I'm worried as how they got that far, but I think these guys are the guys you have to kill first because they're the ones that while the other enemies are attacking your soldiers, these guys just stay in the back and shoot arrows at your soldiers, and that's really annoying. So overall, shadow archers really annoying. Don't even bother with them. Now this level should be pretty easy, so just gargoyles. So I'm gonna get my first arcane wizard, and what this arcane wizard does is it shoots a lot slower than the tier 3 mage tower actually, but it shoots one really strong beam at your enemies, and that is really helpful because you'll see what it does. It shoots just one strong beam at a time, and each beam does about a little over 100 damage, and that's really helpful because most of the enemies that we face so far are about 100 damage. So it basically insta kills a lot of the enemies that we face so far. So basically the only strategy left for the rest of this level is to just keep spamming the mage towers and keep getting more arcane wizards, because in the end that's really all you need. I mean, of course there are some magic resistant enemies like the shaman here, but you have so many mage towers that they're gonna die anyway. See, I killed 2 shaman right there. So I think that's really all I have to explain for now, so I'm gonna stop talking. And as you guys can see, my hero has leveled up quite a bit, and she is about to be level 10. So I think I played her pretty well in this level, because even though there were shadow archers just attacking her right away, I was able to move her around to where she could aim well without being attacked, and she is now level 10. So we are round 16, and this level should be pretty easy, just basically all the enemies that we faced so far in this level together. So I'm just gonna move my hero right here so she can attack these Dark Knights. She won't do that much damage to them because they have armor, really high armor, so she probably won't do that much damage. But as long as these mage towers deal damage, then she should do just fine. So I'm gonna put these reinforcements here to stall while these mage towers can actually do the real damage. And I'm just gonna get another arcane wizard. And as you can see, this level has been really easy compared to the past 2 levels. As long as you just spam arcane wizards, nothing should really go through. Unless you mess something up, which I almost did, but you really shouldn't mess anything up. Now, what's this? Round 17? The Juggernaut? What? Okay, so this is the Juggernaut. And this is the first boss in the game. And if you hear the background, the intense boss music probably just came up. And yes, this is the first boss that we're gonna face, and oh my god, this guy is huge. Now, one thing that you really have to worry about, upgrade your mage towers in the back as well. Don't just upgrade everything in the front, because he's going to send a lot of these golem heads, or whatever they're called. Yeah, he's gonna send a lot of them towards the back, and they will actually do a lot of damage if you're not careful. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rain of fire him right now. That probably won't do too much damage, and yeah, that's basically all I'm gonna do. Now I have to make sure that I move my hero out of the way so she can continuously aim at the boss, because I'm gonna show you what happens if a soldier gets in the way of the boss. He gets his arm thingy and he basically just pounds them to the ground and they die. So don't get any soldiers near the boss. Just warning you, don't get any soldiers near there. And the golem heads you should actually be able to deal with them just fine as long as you have some decent defense back there. But if you have 0 towers there, you'll probably lose a lot of life. So just be careful. Get a lot of mage towers towards the back. Now don't buy any of the abilities for the arcane wizard in this level, because by the time you get them, the boss is probably already out, and these abilities actually don't affect the boss. And I was talking so much that I wasn't paying attention. You will notice that my hero died. There's a graveyard right there. I'm a tombstone or whatever it's called to show that my hero died. But yeah, my hero died right there. Don't make that mistake. I wasn't paying attention. But you know what? This he will also try to shoot rockets and try to do damage against these soldiers. That won't help, because these soldiers are such a high health and with such high armor that they probably won't die. Now see, with all these arcane wizards, the most powerful tower that we have so far, the Juggernaut, is down to just 300 health, 16 health, and he is dead. We have defeated the first boss of the game, and I think that's where I'm going to cut it off for this episode. Let's see if we unlocked anything. I don't think we have unlocked anything, but that's a pretty good end to this video. I will upgrade these towers right at the start of the next video, and we have no heroes unlocked. Hammer Fury is unlocked at stage 8, so that's just after we beat the next level we should unlock him. But overall, that's it. That's all I have for this episode. We've defeated the first boss easily, and we've done all 6 levels. Well, not no life lost, but 3 stars for all of them. So yeah, I think we've done pretty well so far, but we're going into the snow terrains for levels 7, 8, and 9. And I will tell you, the snow terrains, I think these 3 levels are the hardest levels of the game. Levels 7, 8, and 9. Because for some reason, the last 3 levels, levels 10, 11, and 12, they were actually pretty easy for me. But, you know, this episode I said, oh, these levels are pretty easy for me. And then I lost a lot of lives, and yeah, I just lost a lot of lives. So I probably shouldn't be saying that stuff. But yeah, that's really all I have to say. If you like this Kingdom Rush series, make sure to hit that like button, comment saying that you love it, share it with all your friends, because if I don't get enough people doing that, then I'm gonna assume that no one likes this Kingdom Rush series, and I will probably stop posting it for a long time, probably forever, who knows. But that's all I have to say for this episode. So leave a like if you enjoyed, and have an awesome day.